You always have to be recruiting. We can't settle because it's so fragile. We don't want this to be kind of a flash in the pan, it's a novelty for a couple of months. We want this to have long-term success. For someone who's never seen hurling before, I describe it as a warrior sport. It's definitely intense.
I mean, a lot of people describe hurling as being the fastest field game in the world. It's probably the fastest game in the world after ice hockey.
It was something that we used to train for battle, to train every day. It was something that we did and we enjoyed.
It's unlike anything I've ever played.
It's a little tricky at first if you don't have like a ball and stick background like baseball or hockey or anything or tennis or something like that.
I say it's like field hockey, which is also a sport that's not particularly popular in the United States.
We got baseball guys, we got water polo guys, we got soccer guys like me, we got folks who've never played a team sport before.
We got a little bit of everything.
So as a soccer guy, I have the game sense, I have the cardio, but hitting the ball has been fucking difficult.
The game is quite tough. I find that as a beginner, it was easy to be very aggressive because you're overcompensating for maybe not having as much skill or technique.
You need the endurance of a sport like soccer. You need the hand-eye coordination of a sport like baseball or hockey. And you need the physicality of a sport almost like football or lacrosse. If you are lacking in one of those, you're going to have a little bit of a tough time.
There's essentially a soccer goal, so that counts for 3 points. And then if you get over the crossbar of the goal, that counts for 1 point. It's not really a possession game. There's a lot of breaking ball, so the score can change pretty quickly. So usually it's a very close game till the very end.
It's an ancient sport. It's deep rooted in Irish culture. It's unique to the Irish people. We played from the age of 4 or 5 years old until we're in our mid-40s. It's just part of who we are. You could come to practice on a Tuesday evening, a Thursday evening, and you're playing with accountants, lawyers, plumbers, electricians, and we train for this thing like our lives depend on it. My name is David Nelligan. I hail from County Cork, a small place called Arraglen in the north of County Cork in the south of Ireland. I moved to Sacramento back in the middle of March and I knew absolutely nobody. So for me it was kind of like, okay, I'm moving to Sacramento, I have a passion for a sport, it's not in Sacramento, it's a big area, this should work. So my very first step, I went down to San Francisco on I think an April Saturday morning. I had this A4 size poster that I was giving out to all the pubs in San Francisco. I said, look, maybe they know somebody who moved up to this area that maybe wants to engage in the hurling community again. So that's my first step. Then I reached out to Facebook groups, looking for Irish people in Sacramento. I actually had the most success from LinkedIn. That was actually where I found just typing in all the Irish colleges and then people who were living in the greater Sacramento. I reached out to guys on Instagram, just slid into their DMs, UC Davis baseball crew. So just going out there and I got a ton of rejections, a ton of no responses, but luckily the people I needed just ended up coming along.
I was a little bit skeptical at first because, there's not a whole lot of Irish people in Sacramento, and not a whole lot of people had heard about hurling either.
Nobody else really plays it around here. There's not a lot of coaching that you can receive outside of just, getting out here and trying it. You got to get out here and you got to learn how to play the game. For the first few months, I don't even know all the rules of the game that I'm playing. And we're out there and we're figuring out the rules as we go, and we're figuring out the strategies as we go. We're teaching each other, we're learning from each other.
2 halves, 25 minutes. It's hot, okay, we have a game next week. We might shorten the second half to 20 minutes. For the first 25, we're going to see how we go. We might go for goal. We're paying out of pocket at the moment for our equipment. We need to get better fields to avoid injury and just to improve the skills of our players. All that is not cheap.
With the exception of 1 or 2 people, just about no one knows what they're doing. We got the old guys on the one side that know and have the instincts and have the muscle memory, but don't have the cardio. We got the young guys who are out here running around but have no idea what to do. So this whole exercise, this last 10 weeks, has been making those two sides come together, and we'll see how that works out on Sunday.
I didn't get to play a lot of contact sports growing up, so figuring out how to play a contact sport and getting hit a little bit and pushed around has been kind of a challenge.
I'm 50, and a lot of people don't realize that or know that, but I just turned 50, and so I hadn't run for a while, so I made myself get up and start getting up almost every morning, start running again, getting up every morning and keeping up. Some of these guys in their 20s and 30s, and here I'm 50, so it's little by little as I get my wind back, I think eventually I'll be able to at least keep up with them a little bit.
It's very easy to maybe get a group of people to assemble once or twice, but it's having something on the calendar every week that is structured, that people want to show up for, have fun, and learn something at the same time.
There is a mythology element that this game is 3,000 years old. This game is a part of the foundation myth. This game is a part of the revolution myth that is much more recent. It is a part of the culture that is rebelling against the oppressor. And it is also a part of the culture that, these guys have brought here. It is a game that we find pride in, not just in our ability, but in that we're doing it at all. And it's it's always inherently going to be an underdog story because it's not a game that people know about. It's always going to be an uphill battle, but that's part of the fun.
The majority of our players here out there playing, they're all Americans. And I mean, how amazing is it that they're able to pick a hurl up in, I think it was June, July, and now be out there playing a game and playing a game against St. Joseph's next week. I mean, it's fantastic.
So we have our first game coming up next week against a team in the Bay Area, so we're very excited for that. So we definitely want to be competitive.
I'm really excited for the game on Sunday. I've actually been anticipating it for this whole past 4 months. Just super excited to see what real competitive hurling is like. And 13 on 13, all our scrimmages have been closer to maybe 8 on 8. So excited to see what real hurling's like.
We finally get a chance to show what we've been working for the last few months. It really feels like everything that we've been doing is really coming to a point. And yeah, I mean, we would love to win, of course. I don't think it's the most important thing, though. What's most important is just to show that Sacramento's here and Sacramento's ready to compete against the teams down in San Francisco.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely a big winner, so winning is pretty important. So I'm hoping we win, and I think it's gonna be awesome if we can go out for our first game and get a win or keep it close at least.
It's going to be about fundamentals. It's going to be about getting the ball off the dirt, about getting the ball into the hand, about the hand passes, about the short passes. And it's those small building blocks that then we chain together into a big hit over the bar.
We're going to crush them.
Lads, from the backs forward, lads, in the backs, you've got to stick tight, absolutely tight with your forwards. They're going to start running around, you follow them. All right? Like bees to honey. Right? Noel is going to be telling you full back line what to do and tell you if the forward has gone in behind you, calling you back. So listen up. Half back line, your job is to mark and move forward when appropriate, but watch out. If you go forward, Pat, you're going to have to come back and cover if you do go forward. All right? Midfield, you're the engine, the clear engine of this whole team. You're supporting the backs, you're supporting the forwards, you're going through.
Carrying the ball, you can bring this up.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Guys, one thing. I'm there, poke out, push up a bit. Really put him under pressure, pin him in, okay? So I need to pin him in up there, poke out.
Lads, no one has the ball in his hands, take a puck out forwards, get free.
Chase down everything. I want Ollie to do it.
Yeah.
And last one.
down if you have to.
Yeah, exactly that. And don't give up. Don't give up. All right. He's not away until the ball is gone. Yeah. So last one, lads, it's just huge. Like everyone here made this match happen. Be proud of that. We are always going to be the first team to start for the Cavs. Yeah. Okay?
Absolutely right. Let's go, baby.
Let's make it a win as well.
Up the Cavs. In here, guys.
1, 2, 3, Cavs. On 3. 1, 2, 3, Cavs. Let's go, boys! Go!
I think it was a really special day to have, I was the captain. I was fortunate enough to be the captain today, and I gave a little speech before, and the message I wanted to get across was that, we want this club to be successful years and years down the line, but the group of lads that showed up today and that put in the work over the last few weeks, they will always be the first ones to line up for the club, and I think that's huge. We got the win. That's almost the least important part of it. We really put ourselves out there and showed our fitness and had a great game.
What we're building here, it's more than just a sports team. It really is a community, and I've made some great friends here in the last few months that I wouldn't have met any other way. If we have any doubters out there, I'd tell them, you know, you just got to come out and see what we're building because it's exciting and I think it's here to last.
Come by the ball lair on a Friday night. You'll have seen us post hitting the ball around. You'll have seen us post practice. But what you will see is a community of guys that have come together over this game. Not necessarily about the success, not necessarily about the winning score, but it's about building that community. And if we can do it over a good pint, that's also part of the culture.